And if that's my worst case scenario in life, then I have nothing to lose. And I think it's just going in with the mentality that I would rather completely F up than have not tried at all.
Oof.
You know? And I think sometimes it's just about opening your mind to the world.
Hey there, it's Jay Kali, aka The Strength Architect, and 7 years ago, I quit my cushy federal job and I risked everything and moved down here to beautiful Cancun, Mexico. And within that time, I've had 3 super successful fitness businesses and I've got to travel the world. Along the way, I've had this awesome opportunity to meet some amazing coaches and to hear their stories, their struggles, and their joys of doing what they do now, living their dream, being a fitness coach. This is for those personal trainers out there who are tired of being stuck in the gym, or for anybody else who is tired of being confined to just their 4 walls and want to step out into the unknown and finally achieve their dream. This is for you. You're going to hear some amazing stories, all the way from Paris, France to Istanbul, Turkey, from Berlin, Germany, all the way down to Barcelona, Spain. I'm telling you, these stories are going to motivate you, inspire you, and push you to take action to finally go out there and achieve your dreams. Once again, I'm Jay Kali, and this is the International Fitness Coach, Living the Dream.
Hey, what's up? Today we have Holly Barber from Holly Barber PT in Barcelona, Spain. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Man, I love your studio.
Thank you.
But more importantly, I mean, no offense, but I love this city.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's, we just got back from Madrid not too long ago. We came from Madrid, and it has a ton of history. But this place has, I feel, even more almost.
Yeah, totally.
But also the architecture and the buildings and the people are just a little bit more laid back, a little bit more open. And there's just, I feel a lot more to see.
Yeah.
We crossed and crisscrossed Madrid all over the place. And here it's like, you have to plan the places to see.
Totally, yeah. And it's just a little bit smaller than Madrid as well, so you can kind of see everything. You're on the sea.
Yeah.
The best of both worlds.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. So how long have you had your studio here in Barcelona?
Well, I've been in Barcelona for 2 years, but I've had my studio here since last October, so about 7 months now.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Really cool.
And you really enjoy having the private type of studio?
Yes, totally. I mean, I was training on the parks and using the outdoors, which is amazing here. Yeah. But obviously in the winter, it's nice to have somewhere to be inside and have all my equipment and create this space where people feel happy to come. It's always what I wanted.
It's what's the saying? It's the saying in Starbucks, right? You want to create that third place.
Yeah.
People have their home, they have their work. Where's that third place? Are they going to hang out in the coffee shop, or are they going to hang out with Holly Barber and her PT?
Exactly, and that's exactly what I want my people to feel like when they come in here, and they do. I have such a great bunch of clients, and they come in, and it's their time. This is their time and their space to do this, and I just want everyone to feel comfortable.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And how many people do you normally run in a normal group class here?
So I like to keep my groups quite small. Obviously, I was doing bigger things on the park, but I like to have that one-to-one engagement with people. So my classes are usually 6 to 8 people maximum.
Oh, beautiful.
I like to be able to see if your technique is right. I like to see if you're doing something less or more, push you, and have that personal thing with people as well. So I never want to get too overwhelmed by having tens of hundreds of people just doing the same thing, because you're not working hard if you're at the back and I can't see you.
Agreed. Whenever I had my gym so that when I was running group classes, whenever you have about 20 people in a class, I mean, and granted, it depends on how much equipment you have.
Of course.
But I felt like some of my students weren't being pushed enough, because, we have that time where you do your reps, you do your sets, and you have your break. But if you extend that break time, you lose the intensity of your workout.
Yeah.
And so whenever you have too many people trying to all fight over the same equipment, someone's going to get left out.
Exactly.
All right, Holly, so I would love to know more about you, your story, and just overall how this all happened.
Okay, well, I had quite a corporate job back in England. I'm from Manchester originally in England, and I basically, to cut a very long story short, when I was 22, I'm 28 now, I woke up with some chest pains, really weirdly, and didn't have a clue what was going on. I had a little bit of like a student lifestyle, but nothing too unhealthy, it was just normal. And I went to hospital and they found 13 blood clots across both my lungs. 13 blood clots, 22
years old and 13 blood clots across your lungs.
Yes. I did, yes. It was very difficult. It was a difficult time, and I kind of didn't do what most people would expect me to do. And you changed your lifestyle, then you got really healthy. I went the other way, so I totally spiraled kind of out of control.
You just said, "Screw it."
Yeah.
This has already got 13. I'm
I was like, yeah, okay. Exactly. So I was eating very, very unhealthily. I couldn't drink anymore, which wasn't a huge issue. But I also, I was 22. I was a student, and it was that kind of lifestyle.
It's that lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't do that anymore. Exactly, So I decided I would just eat instead. So I ate for comfort, I ate for pleasure, I ate for everything basically, and it was very unhealthy food. So it was a lot of, just the stuff that's going to be processed foods, things like that.
Any favorite treat in that? That whole situation?
Not really, no. Just kind of carbohydrates were my friend at this point, but like not in a good way, not in a balanced way. Just like a plate of beige would be my usual meal, like just beige, no colours, just beige.
just straight carbs.
Just hitting it in, yeah, exactly. So I decided, after a year of this going on and me getting more and more unhealthy, I was very heavy at my heaviest. I was very heavy. I'm going on stones here, but I was 19 stone. I'm not sure what that is in kilograms. Okay. But yeah, so I was quite heavy, and I, a year later, had a blood clot again, pretty much to the day of my last one a year before, and this time it passed through my heart. So it gave me a lot of heart damage and lung damage.
No
So
way.
finally, this was the wake-up call for me. So then I decided I needed to do something. And I'm not going to dwell on this. I'm not going to let this ruin my life. I'm 23. This big thing happened to me. It doesn't have to define me for the rest of my life. I was unhappy in my job at the time, and I decided to retrain, and I did nutrition therapy and weight management at university. Went back to university. I'd already done a degree that I'd never used, as most of us do now.
Right. 18, what do you know what you want to do anyway?
Exactly, So I went back to university, did that, and then it kind of naturally went into the fitness thing. And I did this for me. I did it for me. I didn't do it for a career. I did it to learn for me. I was getting so much conflicting advice online, in magazines, you know what it's like, in, PTs, different PTs telling me totally different things. I was so confused. So I was just like, how do I do this? I learned it for myself. Wow. So I learned it for myself, and for the first kind of 2 years, I did it just for me. And then my friends were like, Holly, you've got great results, train me. And I was like, no, I've got a job. I'm not doing this as a career. You don't earn anything with this. It's, all of this stuff. I don't want to do, I'm in a comfortable job, comfortable life. And then I decided, okay, I'll do it for some friends, for free. They can be my guinea pigs. I can kind of see how I like it. Absolutely loved it.
Yes.
Totally found my passion.
It's a drive, right?
Completely, it gives me goosebumps now, just helping people like that, and just, it's such a personal thing. And just helping people how I was helped. I decided then in 2016, I was doing it alongside my corporate role back home. I decided to quit my job and move to Barcelona. And the rest is history, as they say.
Whoa! I don't know where to start with that. It's a
lot of information, no?
Besides being an inspiring story, which I think is great that, technically you're self-taught, so I guess you can say you're self-made, right? Yeah. But I really feel, I don't want to dime out America right now, but I really feel, probably worldwide, is there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of mass confusion that's happening across multiple media streams. So on top of, the different magazines that you see, and they're having to create new titles, new stories every single month, every single new training. There's a lot of fad diets that always come out. There's a really popular one right now that's hit the States called keto and stuff like that, right? I'm sure you've heard of. So, there's always going to be something new, something different, which only adds to more confusion. Yeah. So I think it's amazing that you decided to say, you know what? What's best going to benefit me? Yeah. And then you took that knowledge and you spread it to your friends. Exactly. And look what that's grown to. Yeah. I have a studio in Barcelona. Take a second. I want you to think about that. She moved from the UK with 13 lung clots or blood clots in her lungs. They moved to her heart, and now she has her private studio in Barcelona, Spain, very close to the water, with a ton of beautiful sights here, and more successful than you were in your corporate job, I'm assuming?
Completely.
A lot more satisfied?
100%.
Happier?
100%.
Freer?
100%. All of this, that's what it is. That's what it's all about now. And I never thought it would be me either. I was always one of those people that was like, oh, people have these jobs that they like. They're weird people, I was always like, you just have to get a job, stay in it, you get paid, and it is what it is. You don't have to like it. And
punch
then it's
the
just
clock, get home, pay the bills, and
do it,
live your life.
The rat race. I was totally in the rat race, and I thought that, and I was early 20s, and I felt like I was 40, 50, and I felt like, I was in that grind of getting up, not liking the job. And I love the people I work with, of course, but it wasn't me, it didn't set my soul on fire, it didn't make me happy. And I think just being able to open my mind and being open to new things and learning new things was like, I need to do this now.
Or having I use a word a lot called gumption, right? Or having at least the wherewithal or the gumption, saying, you know what, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. At least, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, in my opinion.
Totally.
So if you don't go, which is a Wayne Gretzky quote, by the way. So if you don't even try, if you don't even take the shot, then how will you ever know? So if you're stuck in the corporate job, or even if you're a personal trainer right now who's stuck in the gym, and you're like, man, I'm so scared. What if? A mentor tells me, what if is the language of the poor.
Yeah.
Because you're always worried about what if could happen, and you never actually take action in doing to see what will happen.
Exactly.
So you left the corporate job, came down to Barcelona, and you started training in the park, or did you start training in an actual gym?
No, I've never really worked in a gym. I did it in the park. I always wanted to do my own thing with this, because I think a lot of the time different people don't have the same qualities or the same kind of idea that you have about training.
Absolutely.
So I used to box when I was younger, and now I like to teach that as well. So for me, it was like I want to teach people to be badass, but also I also teach meditation. So it's very kind of, it's that balance. And I think in a gym or in that environment, you're limited to what you can do.
Yep.
I want to teach women or men or whoever it's okay to punch, it's okay to kick, it's okay to feel like a complete badass.
Yes.
But then at the end of it, you can come down, have a stretch, be zen, and do some meditation.
Well, I agree with you 100%. I love the woman empowerment, right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you have guys, it's kind of the macho thing. Some guys need it, some guys don't need it. But I feel that women are almost at a disadvantage now. If you look around, I mean, we can look around the world and see women's rights are quite a bit different than men's rights at this time. And,
totally.
in order to give them that power, incorporate strength training, incorporate boxing, to where they have that confidence in themselves. There's no other feeling like that.
No, of course.
I think most trainers know that too, and I think that's what we love to give, is to give that self-confidence, to see people grow. Well, great trainers, I should say.
Exactly. Perfect.
All right, so back to you left the corporate job and you moved straight to Barcelona 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. What made you step out of that comfort zone? What made you want to say, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to do it 100%.
I always think of the worst case scenario, and I think the worst case scenario for me would be going back home and sleeping on my mum's couch for a few days, And if that's my worst case scenario in life, then I have nothing to lose. And I think it's just going in with the mentality that I would rather completely F up than have not tried at all.
Oof.
And I think sometimes it's just about opening your mind to the world. In a way, I did some traveling as well last year, which really helped me, and it's just kind of forced me to come out of that comfort zone. So I think if you're struggling with something like that with the comfort zone, just do it. Like worst case scenario, you go, I had this experience, it didn't work out, had a great time anyway, it was tough, but it's happened.
You only have this one life.
It's all experience, right? In 100 years, none of us will be here. Make a difference.
Make a difference. A big thing that I like to say in my book that I released is, I truly believe if you take that step and you take that risk and you step out of that comfort zone, the universe will reward you. And that might sound really frou-frou and crazy, but honestly, I think it's showing your commitment to actually try. Yeah. And maybe the universe won't reward you at that moment or at that time that you think, but it comes around. you talked about you're traveling, you know, and you're actually a traveling personal trainer. If you can, I'd like for you to talk about that and explain to people how you went, how Holly went from working in a corporate job to moving to Barcelona, training people in the park, and then she traveled for 9 months with a client.
That's true.
So explain that a little bit.
So he was one of my clients at the time, and we were training in the park and doing all this really nice stuff. He was totally new to fitness as well, and luckily I managed to help him fall in love with it. And then he got his own goal, which was to do Ironman, which he's doing this year. And we just decided that, you know, he had some time on his hands. He wanted to travel the world and he wanted to train. I got offered the opportunity to be his private trainer and nutritionist and go with him. So it was like, oh, do I get paid to do what I love around the world? You know, it's just a win-win situation for me. It was also one of those moments about coming out of your comfort zone as well, because, you know, I'd not known this guy that long. I was about to embark on this travel on my own, and, you know, I'd just made a life for myself here, so it was a little bit of a decision. But then it's like, if I don't do this, I'm going to totally regret this for the rest of my life. And I went, and it was the best decision I've ever made. And it was just, I saw different places around the world. I saw these things. I was able to swim with wild dolphins, you know, like things like that. And yes, it was work. And yes, I worked very hard, you know, tracking his food, his macros, everything. And I was doing all of this training with him, but I was also able to see the world for myself.
Yes.
And I think that now when you come back to somewhere after that, you've just got this new mindset, and you're just, I know what I want, I know how to get it, and I'm going for it. And that was the thing for me. The guy who I traveled with was also, he's a very successful businessman himself, so he kind of became my mentor as well.
Yes.
I learned a lot from him, and I think just being able to talk to somebody and say, okay, I need to now start treating this as a business.
Yes.
A business, not just a hobby to get some money to pay my rent, but as a business. I'm a businesswoman, and it's really empowering to say that. Even now I feel a little bit like, oh, just said I'm a businesswoman, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, you treat it as a hobby, it's a hobby. You treat it as a business, it's a business. Absolutely. You know? And that's what made me come back here. I saved up some money, I got this place, I did it exactly how I wanted it from what I've seen around the world, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. I mean, and pretty much like what you said, whenever you got confronted with that situation or that opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Like, I truly believe that we create our own opportunities.
Yeah,
sometimes they come, but it's the work that you put in up until that point that actually created that opportunity with that client.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it wouldn't have been there. And then you had to say to yourself, as much as it was scary, as much as there was fear involved, what's the worst that could happen?
Exactly.
I returned back to Barcelona, trained back in the park, and opened up a studio.
Fine.
It took me a long time, honestly, along the same lines with the businesswoman thing. I mean, I'm not a businesswoman, but it took me a really long time, and I still kind of get caught up on it by calling myself an entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had 3 gym businesses. I'm on my 3rd business right now. I mean, and I had another student, one of my clients say, "What? How are you not an entrepreneur? You have 3 businesses. Like, who does that?" Like, that is the definition of an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
so
totally.
I think it's great that you have that mentor who showed you, like, look, this is a business, and you need to treat it like a business, and it becomes that way. You came back and you went from a park to a private studio.
Yeah.
That's a business.
And my dream, honestly, is to do kind of what you've done, like, have different places that I can then say, this is the Holly Barber PT method. Yeah. But I don't have to work there, have these places around the world and do that kind of thing, and have it in different cities, I want this to travel, I don't want this just to be it, and I work here, I want to be able to train other people to do this and have different things, So the world is my oyster, dream big,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you think about, let's say, 2 years ago, training in the park when you first moved to Barcelona, did you even have the idea of saying, you know what, I want the Holly Barber method, or whatever you want to call it, in this city, this city, this city, this city?
I wasn't dreaming big enough.
We limit ourselves.
Totally. We are our own limits,
We are our own limits, 100%. So please, write that one down and take that gold home with you too.
Yeah, totally.
And going along with, limiting ourselves, is there any daily habits that you kept on doing that was actually hindering your progress besides the self-limiting issues that we all deal with? Was there anything else that, let's say, maybe a daily habit that you weren't aware of then that you've now stopped? and that's actually exploded or really blew your business up?
I think really not comparing myself to anybody else. And I think I was kind of caught up in that Instagram lifestyle of looking at other personal trainers, looking at other nutritionists and how they were doing things, and other PT, anyone in the fitness industry. And it wasn't so much as taking inspiration from them, it was more putting myself down. So it was more like, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm a failure. Oh, I'm not doing that, I'm a failure. And I'd spend hours, oh, they're doing this, how do I do this? I'm not good enough. Oh, now it's like, I'm me. And this sounds the most cheesiest comment I'm ever going to probably say in my life.
Yes.
But I'm me, and that is my power. Nobody else can do it like that, and it's cheesy, but it's so true. And I know that my clients keep coming back, hopefully, if they're watching this, keep coming back because I put myself into the training. I like to be personal, to do what they like, to do things that they enjoy. And it's not just training, it's a whole holistic package for me. It's about everything. So I think for me, just not comparing myself to others and going with my instinct more,
Yes.
not just scrolling social media, comparing myself to other people, but saying, this is me, this is how I do things, I know I'm good at what I do, and just, set myself free. So less of the scrolling, more of the doing.
Less of the scrolling, and more of the doing. I mean, and I think we do get caught up in it, especially right now. And the funny thing is, we know that. We know that no one's going to post, oh, I had a horrible, crappy day today.
Of course.
It's always going to be, well, I'm going to grab this picture from 3 months ago whenever I was having a good day and post that up so people think I'm having great, or I'm only going to post the photo whenever I have the huge packed gyms, or whenever I get the big results or whatever. And so it's like, I'm always the best, I'm always the best.
Yeah.
But your clients, they don't want to really even see that. I mean, as much as it sounds weird, they I don't want to say they want to see you struggle or they want to see you fail, but they want to see that you kind of go through struggles as well.
Exactly. And be real.
And that you're a real person.
Totally.
And I think, for me personally, I stepped away from personal trainer, and I really like the title of more personal coach.
Yeah.
Because of what you're saying, right? Because it is a holistic thing. It is like, it's a mind, body, nutrition. It's not just training.
Whole package.
Right? And I love that you brought up making badasses also before, because I'm huge into meditation. I'm huge, and I think a lot of people see me like, that's weird, because he's really big streams, wants to lift, but I always have to tell my students, have you meditated today?
Yeah.
Have you gave yourself 10 minutes today?
Exactly.
And just bring everything down, reset, and conquer your day.
Exactly.
So I think I love it. So stop comparing yourself to others. That's the number one lesson you can learn today. Stop comparing yourself to others. Be you. Be raw, be authentic, and you're going to attract more people. Because like Holly said, there's no one else like her. There's no one else doing her style. There's no one else bringing the people. There's no one else who has her perspectives. And a lot of my students are with me not because of the training.
Yeah.
They're not with me because of the training. They're not with me because of what we do in the gym. They're with me because of the perspective I bring.
Exactly.
So whenever your clients and your students come to you and they have an issue, they have a problem, they're looking at you as that psychologist to an extent. They're asking you to say, okay, well, what's your view on this? What should I do here? How do I get past this?
Totally.
And I think that's a lot more in coaching than it is in training.
Yeah, definitely. It's a whole package.
You're definitely a coach in my opinion, Holly, for sure, no doubt about it. You're changing lives and changing people every single day.
Nice.
All right, so besides on just being yourself and being who you are and having that transparency, is there anything else that you'd like to tell coaches out there?
I think, just be yourself especially, but also open your mind to what other people have done. So I know I said earlier about not comparing yourself to others, but also if somebody inspires you, don't just look at their posts and be jealous. Ask them what got them to that point. What is it about them that made them successful that you could maybe replicate or do your way, and open your mind to learning new things as well. And don't be closed to the fact that you can learn from people that have done it before you. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yes.
And I think sometimes if you can go into something feet first and you think, right, I'm going to get as much information as I can from the right people, And
Key.
you
From
know,
the right people.
there's a lot of people that are going to be giving you advice. You know, when I opened this place, there was a lot of advice that didn't need to be there. And I think just learning, actually, this person wants the best for me, and they've done it how I would want to do it, and taking advice and inspiration from that. You know, a little bit like you know, I'm going to ask you questions, and I want these gyms, and I want similar to what these people want. Take it on board, open your mind, and go with your thing with other people's advice.
So then you really recommend people going out and finding a mentor. You really recommend them reaching out if it's not a mentor who's above you, because maybe you can't afford one, let's say, but find someone that's in your peer group, maybe somewhere across the world. Maybe they're in Barcelona, maybe they're in Cancun, maybe they're in UK, wherever they are. Find people that you can actually agree with, that you like their style, that's actually done what you want to do, and stop reinventing the wheel, right?
Totally.
I mean,
it's been done for us.
It's been done for us. Stop trying to come up with something new, crazy, awesome. I don't want to say any names of systems, you know what I'm saying? But there's always something new, crazy coming out, because I got to make something new and different, because I'm only going to attract it. No, stop it.
Yeah.
Try to find a mentor who's going to actually grow you to that point, to where that Holly Barber system just comes naturally.
Exactly.
So, speaking of mentors, is there a bigger lesson, maybe, or something that your mentor passed on to you that you want to pass on to other coaches?
I think maybe tying in with what I said earlier about the believing that you're a business and not just a person that's training someone. You know, like, you're a business, and they always say as well, you become the people that you're with, like the 5 people that you're with the most.
Hey, we know this one. You're the average of the 5. We know this. You're the average of the 5.
Totally, exactly. So I think it's really, really true. And I think if you're around a lot of negative people, as cheesy as this may sound, you will become more negative. It's a science, you know. This isn't just like hippie stuff. This is like science, you know. This is really science.
No, for sure.
And if you're around 5 positive people a lot, or 5 people that you get something from, I think people these days are very scared to say, I want friends that I can get something from. Ooh. And I want people, you know, and not in a bad way, not in a take way, but I want people that are going to push me. I want people that are going to go for it. Not someone that's going to go, oh, you're giving up? Oh, okay, fine, we'll go for pizza. I want someone to say, no, think about it, you've done this, you can be better, you can be more, you can do more, and not being afraid to surround yourself with people like that, even if it intimidates you.
Yes.
Even if it intimidates you.
And I think you take it to a great point on that, actually, because I feel that if we take a step back and say, okay, well, we are the average of our 5, most people say, I want to be the boss of my 5. I want to be the best in my 5. No. Be the dumbest guy or the dumbest girl in the room. Be the dumbest, ignorant one there, and learn from them to grow. You know, if you're not getting something from who's in your life, then they're only holding you back.
Exactly. And don't be scared. Isn't that a great thing if you're around 4 other people that are all above you? It's like you've got all of this mentoring that you know, it's just there. It's there, you know? So it's nice to surround yourself with people that have done stuff and want to do stuff, you know? If you surround yourself with people that don't want to go anywhere in life, and they're happy with their job and they're just settling in life, fine, but that's going to ultimately become who you are.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I like to break it down to my students too. Like, if you hung around with 3 smokers or 3 drinkers or 4 drinkers, guess what? They're going to manipulate you in a way to either, come on, peer pressure. We all know, we've had it since school. Come on, let's one drink. Let's one drink, Holly. Come on. Do you really want to go train that dude in the park today? Or let's just go have a drink.
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser, bro. Let's go hang out.
Exactly.
It happens, guys. And like we said, it's not hippie stuff. It's legit. So surround yourself with amazing people who are going to push you, grow you, and that could even be including your clients and your students. It doesn't have to be paid mentors. It doesn't have to. You don't have to lose your lifelong friends or anything like that. It's, you know, it changes too. Those 5 will change. People will come. People will leave. People will come. People will leave. Know that too. It's not like, oh, these are my 5 and I'm set. No. Exactly. You're going to grow as well.
And don't be scared to move on from people if they're not, you know, and not in a ruthless way, you know. I'm a very humble person, and I've got friends that I've had for a long time, but they're friends that I've had for a long time because they accept that I'm growing and I'm changing, and they support me on that. And if they don't,
they'll stop being your friend.
We're not compatible, so we're not going to be friends for a long time, you know?
And you don't even have to cut them off. They'll cut themselves off from you. Because guess what? Honestly, from what I've seen, if you're succeeding and people are not succeeding, it hurts their ego.
Yeah, totally.
And when it hurts their ego, then they try to pull you down. That's their first thing. Stop her or stop him from doing what they're doing. I want to pull them down. And then next thing you know, you're down with them.
Pushes them up a little bit as well, doesn't it? You know, they can kind of use you.
It goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. So just be very, very mindful of that. I think that's a great point to bring up too. Thank you, Holly. Thank you for that. That's a great one. All right, perfect. I love that, Holly. That's great. So tell me, if people are looking for you, or people are traveling, or they're coming to Barcelona, where can they find you? Where can they follow you? We know you're on Instagram, right? Because you do a lot of scrolling. I'm sure you're on Facebook also. But just give away your website, your social media handles, and things like that, so people can find you.
So you can find me at www.hollybarberpt.com, and Instagram, Facebook. I've got Twitter as well. So
all on the same name, Holly Barber PT.
All on the same name. I think it's just Holly Barber on Instagram. But you can get in touch, come train with me, come have some fun, have some badass, and then meditate.
There you go. So you don't have any problems with any coaches reaching out to you? People,
Not at all.
Maybe there might be someone who's like, how can I do what Holly's doing? You have no problems with that. You're willing to talk and help them.
I love helping people, and I love having people coming in and talking to me about what we do professionally as well as clients. And I think we're all on the same level. We're all on the same thing. So I'm open to being other people's mentors, which is nice as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I thank you for your time. I really enjoyed this. You're a beautiful person, and I love what you've done here in Barcelona and taking that risk and really stepping out of your comfort zone. And I think Holly is a testament of what you can achieve. I really do believe that whenever you take a step out of your comfort zone. So
thank you.
If you enjoyed this, little conversation and talk, like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your other PT friends, and please, if you're ever in Barcelona, reach out to Holly. She'll love to have you.
Definitely. Good work.
Yeah.